Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here. I wanted to go and round out the league that I started the other day on stream. So that's with this Urza / Karn Stompy deck. Here's a quick look as a refresher. If you haven't seen the video yet, feel free to check that out before you watch this one. But this is just going to be a quick match. So I turn 2 Karn, and who knows? I guess I keep this. Maybe this Grafdigger's Cage will do something sweet. Not here. So I can go Welding Jar, Opal Seat, and turn on Metalcraft. Then play a Ballista on 1 preemptively for D&T. Ballista on 2 is so much better. It's in fact, well, if I play Ballista on 1, I could play around Thalia and still do my Karn next turn if they Thalia. Or alternatively, just like pump the Ballista to keep it on board. It'd be a little bad if they start on a Swords to Plowshares here. Which would have, I suppose, been the argument for not doing it and just casting the Grafdigger's Cage purely for Metalcraft reasons. Well, not purely, because it also would pump my Construct the next turn. Oh, not D&T. Probably Miracles. So I can throw away a Mox Opal here to just cast the Karn. I think I'm going to do that rather than play the City. I'd like the City to stick around. We'll keep this Mox Opal. If this resolves, I'm in very good shape. If this does not resolve, I fear for my life, because I have no gas left. This is probably just going to go Brainstorm and look for a counterspell. Don't have it. I beg you. Let me have my Planeswalker on turn 2. No. Well, life got hard. Mentor? Oh, God. Oh, no. What do you do, friend? You get an EE? And I can play towards blue mana, 2 other colors, EE for 3? Yikes. Okay. Or am I just supposed to get a chalice and try to lock them out of casting a whole bunch of spells? And try to create... I think I like that better. And I can try to create a board where if I save up to 4 mana and resolve a big threat, I have a better chance of doing something that matters. I would love to draw my islands. Ooh, opponent is stuck on mana. Well, I guess I shouldn't do that yet. Let's attack. So no Snapcaster card advantage. That's cool. Give me a land so I can chalice. Oh man, are they stuck? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, they're stuck again. Ooh, buddy. I think I've now missed for too many turns, where I probably realistically am not going to beat this game anymore. My opponent's up to 5 cards. Some mentor. Probably can't beat that. This is going to be too late now. Yeah, so now it's Mentor on an empty board. I have 1 mana source. Let's save you all some time here. I'm not getting out of that. Alright, so what do I like versus Miracles? Again, there's this tension of, like, how many things do I want to bring in versus what do I want to leave in for Karn. So I think Winter Orb is going to be my tutor target that I'm going to want most of the time, if I can't just, like, Mycosynth Lattice win. So I think that means I'll probably bring in the Spyglass and the defense grids. Maybe Ballista to go a little threat heavier depending on how things look. So what do I want to do about the graveyard hate here? Like, they have some utility versus Snapcaster Mage. But I don't know that it's really where I want to be if I can just bring in defense grids instead. So I think I'll probably cut both of those. The EE, it's like really hard to get an EE on 3 for Back to Basics. So I might just end up cutting that because they don't really have too many other permanents. Like, I saw a Counterbalance, but, like, 4 is the number that I really care about for that, so that's not that big of a deal. Can probably cut some amount of the fast mana. But I like doing that more when I'm on the draw. So on the play, if I like go and stick one of these quickly, we're in a much better position. So like maybe when I'm on the play, I'm supposed to go and do something like, oh, well, Welding Jar is pretty bad. I don't know like what configuration of Disenchant versus like Council's Judgments this build is going to have. Let's cut that. Keep one of those. Like, they're still good against the Planeswalkers. Let's do this, and then when I'm on the draw, I'll probably cut, like, 2-ish Lotus Petals for 2 more Walking Ballistas. I would like to play first. I'll be keeping this. So I guess the question is, do I want to take a turn off to Pithing Needle on turn 1? If I do that, I'm going like Seat, Mox Opal, Pithing Needle, doing nothing with my last mana. Otherwise, I just go Ancient Tomb, Chalice on 1. I think just putting Chalice on 1 and never giving my opponent an opportunity to cantrip is good. Because then on turn 2, I'll have Opal, Chalice, Seat, and can play Urza. So I think the Pithing Needle just kind of gets sacrificed here. And this is kind of why I wanted the mana acceleration on the play. Like turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Urza is a really strong opener. So I can make 2 mana right now, but that doesn't really get me anywhere. Oh, yeah, my opponent kept a 1-lander. Beats. Savage beats. Alright, what am I getting with this? Just probably a liquid metal coating and try to blow up their lands. Or I could just like go for the lockout kill next turn. I'm just going to attack now while I think. I guess I shouldn't have done that. So I could have gotten 1 more damage by doing this. Force a fetch on that. I think we're just done. One, 2, 3, 4. I could just go for the kill right here. Do I need to? I don't feel like I need to. Because it would just feel bad to have Force of Will. So I don't need to use Karn until after combat. I guess Snapcaster Mage. Disenchant the Chalice. Okay, that's fine. I could have like made a mana with it and then gone for the kill. But again, I think I'm fine just beating down. So 5 damage on board. I could play another Karn plus on the Tundra so that it doesn't produce mana. Play another Urza and make a construct to be threatening lethal. But I don't. I can just like preemptively pithing needle something right now. I should have done that pre-combat to force 1 more damage. Making a couple of small errors here that probably don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let's name a Flooded Strand here. And I'm just going to call that good. Like I'll make my opponent expend resources to deal with my current board. And if something goes wrong, you know, say a Terminus or something like that, I'm still fine at the end of the day. Yeah, I just don't know how my opponent is supposed to get out from under Sinkhole every turn. And now that I have another Karn, this is probably worth doing. So if I had played my Pithing Needle pre-combat, my opponent couldn't have forced that previously. But now my opponent can't fetch and is just facing down a World of Hurt. So on the draw, let's play a couple more cards that have to be answered. I still like the Opals as a bridge to a greater amount of mana. But I think some of the Petals can go. Hoping for an opener with Chalice or Defense Grid on turn 1. This would do that. So like I'm going to keep this hand, but I may just wait to play Defense Grid on turn 2. Because then I have like 4 mana forever. For the purposes of like the Karns and Urzas. don't foresee myself cracking this Urza's Bauble currently. There's not really anything in particular that I need to draw, and just keeping it on board may grow some constructs to a relevant number. See if this just gets like actual counterspelled. Ooh, it just resolves. So I guess now we play the game of like, am I just going to get like back to basics here and be ruined? Maybe disenchant. Sure. So which card am I playing? I think I'm playing Scion of Urza and immediately minusing. Cast? Or actually I can Urza and Trinket Mage. That might be better. Like Urza and Trinket Mage for Chalice. I haven't countered it out yet, but I also may just be able to go and do both of my Planeswalkers next turn, depending on what I draw. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7 possible mana currently. So I probably wouldn't, because the construct would want to attack. Nice. So let's start off trying the Chalice. This is the bait spell. Right, my Duder was removed. So this doesn't produce mana anymore. That was an error on my end. I should have just jammed the Walker. Let's play out another one of these. Well, actually, I'm not entirely sure if it was just a mistake to play the Chalice. I have put myself into a position where if my opponent has an engineered explosives, I probably just lose the game and can't possibly win. Maybe like a Snapcaster Mage to gain 7 life. What am I doing? Long-term, Trinket Mage for Walking Ballista is going to be a laser that can threaten to kill my opponent. Kind of wish I had one more mana, because then I just like Karn minus Winter Orb, get ya. I think I'm going to play this Karn and minus. That way I'm not just like super sad about like Jace bounce my construct. So this is probably a turn where I'll want to do some stuff pre-combat. Because I could go like cast Trinket Mage, get Ballista, cast Ballista for 2, and then be in pretty good shape and like prevent a Snapcaster block from making this construct lethal. It also has the benefit of just like growing my construct that's on board. Well, we take those. We take those. So in case you're not aware of what happened there, my opponent floated mana to cast Counterspell, but then clicked through my Walking Ballista resolving instead of actually casting their Counterspell. So it's a Counterspell that Ballista, they chump block my Construct token, take 2, go to 5, and then even like untapping and doing something like playing Jace might not be enough. So like I'm probably getting there anyway. If they blind rip a Terminus, there's hope, but otherwise I don't think they're getting there pretty much no matter what. Alright, closing thoughts on the deck. It seems fine. I don't know whether or not this deck is like better than the Bomberman shell that already exists, but it's certainly less clicking. This is probably better than the like Antiquity Wars Stompy deck that was running around previously. I'm not entirely sure whether or not like the Tormod's Crypt and Grafdigger's Cage are really good enough to be in the main deck, or if they should like be in the sideboard and like maybe a couple more Ballistas should be in the main deck or something like that. But Urza definitely impressed me. It took me a little while to get used to the mana production mode of it, but I'm pretty happy. I do almost kind of wish that there were a couple other colored sources to help make casting EE on a number other than 0 or 1 more viable. But maybe it's fine as is. Like, 0 and 1 are the most common things you're doing with it, but we just ran into a couple of things, like back to basics that league, that I really wish I could have cleared with it, and I didn't have the ability to do that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the content. I didn't really have time to stream this morning, but I wanted to like get through this so I could record some daily D&T videos sometime this week. Cheers. Have a great rest of the day, folks.